Right, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Claire, not Crystal. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. Everything I do is channeling, clearing and healing energy, meaning that I usually use a lot of cards in anything that I'm doing, but I'm always holding space, praying, clearing the energy of any confusion, illusion, spell work, black magic, all that, because it's all the same thing if you weren't aware. Just some cards that weren't in the deck I'm about to use. So this is just basically the same version of what I put out on Friday for Divine Feminines, and that is the feminine side of masculine and feminine, whether you're male or female. And now this is just the masculine, same deal, whether you are the masculine or the feminine, whether you're male or female. And like I said, at some point, either I'll do that for when I'm away, or that's what I might come back and do when I come back, because this is what I used to do before. I done a Mars Divine Masculine message and a Venus Divine Feminine message every day, so been guided to do it again. But just now we're just sticking the Tuesdays and the Fridays, right? So what have we got? So we'll just do the same. So the only thing is, oh, that one again, that one popped out in one of the live streams. So we'll just get the masculine one too. Although this is, just keep in mind that this is all the masculine. So in this sense, this is the masculine in their feelings. But just pay attention, if you are the divine feminine, male or female, all of this can still make sense to you, okay? Just puts a wee bit more emphasis on the Friday for the feminines, for the masculine for the Tuesday, right? So, and also, just to confuse matters, I'm actually filming it on Monday, but because this will go out for the Tuesday or on Tuesday, we're looking at, like right now as I'm filming this, it is Mars 0 degrees Scorpio, so it's very thick, spicy energy. Hello my fellow Mars and Scorpios, that is my Mars and Scorpio, although mine is very much to the latter end of it. And it will also be 0 degree Libra Sun. So again, not by the time you watch this, but it's the energy I'm channeling into it now. So what we've got going on there is we've got a whole load of 0 point energy, and you know, the 0 of the degrees are like the keys, you know what I mean? So and I'm very connected to this energy because I've actually got a lot of 0 degree placements, and a lot of my specific twin flame healer placements are these 0 degree placements. So with my Chiron being hit royally for a long time from the Uranus right now energy, but I'm more feeling the empowerment of it rather than anything else. But anyway, so fun facts. What have we got for the masculine on the masculine side? We have love is the answer, but notice it's in reverse, so we'll address that in a minute. What have we got on the bottom? Unsocial, but it's in reverse. You might need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone new. So I feel what we've got, oh yeah, and before I totally get into all of this, I'm sorry for the sound being not so great, right? I'm on my everyday phone, which I really can't stand using for filming, because if an alarm goes off, it knocks it off, right? I can't pause things, although I am seeing that there is a pause button. That's hilarious. If that's been there the whole time, that is really funny, but it's part of the message. I just looked at free. There actually is a pause button. I don't know if I maybe noticed that once before, like 3 years ago or something, and then I did, but I think it's just because I don't ever use this phone. I prefer the other one that's all bashed about and everything. So it's just, I don't know, it's just better for filming. But that is, mainly the other one's better for filming because if an alarm goes off, it doesn't knock it off, right? And that's just so annoying. But I made sure the alarms are off. It did actually go off when I was testing, which is, so again, all this is going to make sense to someone. The alarms are going off, alarm bells are going off in your head. It's time to do something. Mars is the day of action. That's why I'm doing the Divine Masculine one on the Tuesday. Sorry, Mars Tuesday is the day of action. Not for me though, I will be resting because I'll have kicked arse out of it on the Monday doing the live streams, and also it's into that part of my chart where I need a bit of a rest. But I will emerge like the Phoenix rising after every Libra moon into the Scorpio moon to do some type of, I feel we're going to be doing some shadow work, shadow integration messages. If you want to come and join us on the Thursday night, that'll be, so from when you're watching this. So right, okay, so but yeah, basically the sound isn't that great. I checked it, it's not that bad, but it's just I've not got the microphone doesn't fit this bit of the phone. I might actually search to see just for backup for when I do that, because I can't stand That's on the bottom. Feel like that's the one where I always feel like, look, if they've both fallen asleep, they're that bored of each other or something. This looks like a karmic relationship. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. So yeah, and someone's feeling unloved in a karmic relationship, unloved in a karmic relationship, or you were in the past. But right, so you believe that it has to be hard, but it doesn't. Let love flow naturally in your life. So if you're a masculine energy, female or male, you know, you feel like it's like, oh, this isn't going to happen for me. Everything has to be hard. Maybe even when it comes to like you having a family with someone or some type of new beginning, it doesn't actually need to literally be about pregnancy. It's like, oh no, that's never going to happen, you know, or it's never going to happen. Simply, everything's always complicated. It's, you know, so however that all fits. And again, same goes for the feminine. Masculine, on the masculine side, love's the answer. Love won't solve your. By the way, this is like I think that's how I've done it for the other. This is in the subconscious, so you know, it's like your subconscious beliefs are like basically sabotaging you because you believe that nothing comes easy. It always has to be hard. It can't just, you know, things just can't just work out. So what you would do is you don't stay stuck forevermore in that place. If you've recognised that that resonates, you seek out a hypnotherapist specifically, or like a shaman that has it. Yeah, no, I would say you seek out a hypnotherapist, and the difference is I'm a hypnotherapist and a shaman, so it doesn't need to be me, but go and seek out somebody that can help you with the subconscious beliefs basically. And then, oh my god, look at that, guys. So I was just guided to like that was actually face down, and I'm going to use that deck, I think, but it's at the bottom of a whole load of other cards, but it was face down and something just made me pick it up. It was actually like piled up there at the sides, like nearly on the floor basically. It's not on the floor, it's on a box on the floor, but yeah, look, shadow. So there's a confirmation of what we'll be doing, because basically the moon will be in Scorpio, Mars will be in Scorpio, moon will be conjunct Mars at some point, Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. I'm going to do some Black Moon Lilith shadow integration stuff. But basically, like, this masculine, you're facing your shadow, you're being guided to, or we're all being guided to shadow work. But love's the answer. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. So again, I feel, you know, remember, this is the masculine side and subconscious. So I feel this is in reverse, because I feel like you might have tried to find the answer by being in codependent connections. Like, you know, if you didn't feel comfortable being yourself, you've just, you know, oh, just being this, do you know what I mean? Whether you're a woman or a man. So again, I know loads of people sadly will resonate with that. But, and if you don't resonate with it, it's not yours. So, you know what I mean? That's basically how it goes. So, but I'm just going to get that deck. So, what have we got here? Right. I'm hurrying too, because I forgot I was going to do all this other stuff in the membership, which I can still do, but yeah, I had to really sleep in. So again, some of you might have had to really sleep in. So just, you know, when you're integrating energy, it's no joke. So you've got to listen to your body. Right, okay, so what have we got in the conscious mind for the divine masculine, male and female? Keeping in mind, divine feminines out there, you can resonate with this too. Oh, we've got truth, and I'm going to take that too. We've got truth and the death. Oh no, detach. I thought it was a death card though. Detach also came out with there. So I feel there's something like consciously that you know, divine feminines and divine masculine. This is a masculine's feminine side. There's something that you know the truth. There's some big awakening clarity that's come to you, right? Some big aha moment, a come to Jesus moment. And you know you need to detach, but notice it's in reverse. So I'm feeling some big truth has come to you that you need to detach from this limited belief, or you need to actually detach from a codependent connection, whether it's romantic or otherwise, friends, family, whatever that is in your life. It could even be an addiction, because the only card from the deck I can't find kicking about here is addict. So it could be some type of addiction, because remember, codependency is an addiction. But also the 2011, like, you know, as a year could be a significant year for your twin flame journey, or for a memory. God, that's a year I'd rather forget for loads of things. But actually for twin flame journey too, but like 100%, but there was loads of other things going on in my life too. But yeah, the 20th of November could be significant too. Now, what was, so that was a family, that was a, in the very last session I done, that was a family member's birthday. So there we go. I can't even, sorry, I can't, I'm actually blown away. So yeah, that person's going to be like, that's not, because I was like, how's that familiar? That's how it's familiar. Because I remember, because it was also a friend I had in the past had, her birthday was the day before my twin flames. Fucking hell, that's nuts. Right, okay, so the confirmation from that loved one in spirit is just blowing my mind. Again, this is loved ones in spirit, right? Always do this. When my mediumship floods through, it comes through and it overwhelms. But this is no different. Like this, the way this mum is coming through. Wow, look at that. Oh my god. So bear in mind that this is for the masculine, right? Male and females, but we've got a guy breaking away from the chains, and this is one of my favourite star cards because it's very unusual. This is the star card's happiness, hope and healing. It's normally got a woman with a, you know, being the guiding light or something. But I would say if you are a man, divine masculine, and you've got a woman, you know, guiding, it's like the light and the prayers have broke the chains off. And that's really weird because I just posted, it'll be getting posted any minute now. As in, I think it's actually getting posted right now because I actually did schedule it for 222 to be cute. And it was the ones that I've got are like, it's things of people saying like when you prayed on the live, it broke off, like, you know, a hold at my throat and stuff, like things in the throat chakra, because that happens quite a lot if you're around here. But basically, consciously, this person is healing. So see how that makes sense? If you are this person, that makes sense that that's, and somebody's realised like this isn't the answer. Being in this relationship is doing me no good. Or being codependent on my twin flame. You can be codependent with your twin flame if you're not with them, if you're just like, you know, hanging around waiting the day it happens kind of thing. But this person's consciously healing, or you're consciously healing. So that's brilliant. So you see how it's like they're emotionally, the action the masculine knows they need to take is, right, I know the truth, now I need to detach. It might just be a little bit difficult. That would make sense if it was like close friends or family or something. Lovers too, but you know what I mean? That's kind of sticking out to me. But I've got to do it. Or it'd make perfect sense if it's like, right, you know, I've got an addiction, I accept that, whatever area that is in, gambling, smoking, blah, 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 all the different things, alcohol it could be, or casually hooking up with people, you know, it's just that you fall into a habit. That's how, you know, bad habits and then addictions are formed. But it's that I've got to detach and, you know, I've got to heal. So this is what someone could have been going through already, right? That's powerful. So what else do we need to know from this deck then? What else do we need to know? Masculine and the feminine side. We have the energies gaining momentum. Yeah, so I would say this is going to make sense to a lot of people where you've already been doing this, like, or you've identified at least, and you're like, right, you've got a plan in place. I've got an addiction, or this isn't good for me, or this is really codependent, or this is basically really unhealthy, if, you know, because not everyone knows the words for all of this, but it's like, I need to detach from this. And yeah, the energy is gaining momentum, or it's further on, the energy is gaining momentum because you made this decision a long time ago and you're healing, possibly healed from it. You know, we're never fully healed, but that's the way it's going to go. Masculine and the masculine side. What? Oh my god, geeking out again. So can I just say, I actually did film us a pick-a-pill yesterday, but because it was on my phone that normally has served me very well for the past 4 or 5 years, because I can't turn the video around, I don't know if you'll ever see that. I might just put in the membership and it'll be round the wrong way, or if you want me to put it in public, I'll put it round the wrong way. If you comment you want to see it, then I'll put it. But that came out, and remember, it was the New Moon in Virgo eclipse, the South Node New Moon in Virgo eclipse. Very wordy. So the fact that this has come out, and we're still in, although we're in the Moon in Libra right now on the Monday, we're still in the New Moon in Virgo because we're in the energy of it, and we're actually in the energy of it for like 5 months, because 5-6 months, because every new moon links to the full moon that's in 6 months of the same sign. But with eclipses, they carry the energy. Sorry, my leg got really itchy there. So again, someone might have itchy feet, with me just saying my leg got itchy there. So itchy feet to do something, because it's like you've been healing and you're ready. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, this masculine, in the masculine energy, you know, the giving, the taking action, the you know, making a decision and doing something about it, setting boundaries where you need to set them, you know, being mindful of your own boundaries. It's all hard work, you know, for basically human beings in general, for human decency for yourself and others, it's hard work to pay attention to all this. But if you're twin flame and you're truly being guided to do the work, a true twin flame, it's hard work. You've got to pay attention to your own boundaries, you've got to pay attention to others' boundaries, you've got to pay attention to fucking everything, you know what I mean? It's not just a walk in the park. So, but this tells me this is real time. A time to give rather than take. This masculine energy, when it comes to giving and setting boundaries, all things you associate with the masculine, you're feeling guided to give rather than take. So that makes sense. If you were in a codependent connection, it was unhealthy, and now you're like, I want to give equally. I don't want to be like, you know, seen as somebody that's just coming in, taking what I want and running off. So also, like, I always say it when I see that card, I said it yesterday, it reminds me of, you know, the Lumineers song, Flowers in Her Hair. Very, very short song. The only reason I know about that song was, I said it yesterday, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was like 15 years ago or something. I remember my Twinflame posting it, and I love the Lumineers anyway, but for some reason I didn't know that song, so I always just remembered it was that. So, it's a lovely wee song. Be in my heart, be in my... Look, there we go. And I just found a heart on the thing. But it's way more than that. Like for a short song, the lyrics are really meaningful. Right, so, but again, I always know the lyrics. Right, I also just picked up this deck that fell on the floor the other day, so it must be significant. What are the Divine Masculines want to say? Others' opinions. I feel, now that came out kind of reverse. I feel bound by culture, my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself from others' beliefs. Oh my God, and that's true. That's true, we see that here. Wait a minute, that's... I don't actually, oh no, you can't, yeah, you can. Can you do that? I think that has taken the picture. Right, wow, okay, so lots of synchronicity here. Do we want, and also this person, if this person had a tendency to show off, they're not doing that now. They're telling me, all the ones in this energy, because look, we've got showing out, which we don't say here. Is that an American? It must be an American. Well, I don't, I've never heard it. So I'm acting like I don't care about what's happening between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. But this person isn't doing that. It's in reverse. So this could be somebody that's healed enough to put their ego aside to actually be saying to people that they trust, like, look, I care about this person, I miss them. Might even be like, look, can you help me do something about this? Or can you point me in the right direction? Or like, if you healers or, you know, coaches or mentors or counselors are going to be able to help me get over this addiction or help me get this better, because I don't want to let them go. So in the past, I feel this is a masculine group that let the feminine go, because we've got Let Me Go. You deserve all the good things in the world, and right now I'm not in a space to give you the type of connection you deserve. Live your life and let me go. That would make a perfect sense, actually, if somebody had an addiction. Do you know what I mean? Or if somebody was just in a phase of their life where they wanted to do what they want to do, and selfish, basically, because that's what it gives me to that. I mean, there's, you know, that sounds horrible the way I said it, but it just is what it is, you know. Some people can go through a selfish phase in life, and it feels like this is maybe people that were like, you know, you wouldn't come anywhere on the radar of being a priority for this person, whereas it's very different now, but it more feels like it's because something maybe had a hold, but it did come out in reverse. So what else? Your perfection. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure I attracted someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. Father wounds. Oh my God, how nuts is that? When I'm filming this for Tuesday, Mars is masculine energy. That's why I'm doing it for the Tuesday. And father wounds. You know, I mean, it's all very masculine energy. And remember, the card that keeps coming out is healing mother, father wounds. But if it's not your actual mother and father, it's going to be for a lot of people in some way, shape, or form. It's your feminine masculine within you. My father's a big influence on my behaviour now as an adult. I have challenges connected with the divine masculine energy within me and externally. So like I said, it doesn't always need to be that it's directly connected to somebody, your dad, although dig deep, because, you know, that a lot of people will just go into instant denial about that. And again, you don't vilify your dad if it is, it's just observing. Okay, again, if it's more obvious ones, then you're like, oh no, I know that comes from it. So it's just, you know, however it fits. This one is to jump out as well, my fantasy. You're my fantasy of pictures and videos saved to you and using for inspiration, ... I want you. Okay, I think we know what that's about. Right, so I'm going to use this. So what else have we got from this ancestral deck, seeing as that came up? So we have explore your, oh my God, look at, see what I mean? They're just, wow, I love it. So if you're new, the guys just speak through me, they're backing me up. I looked at 1919, that 19's a sun card, so there's doubly happy moments coming. Look at that. Explore your relationship with your money. Look, I'm sorry, but that person I just worked with, I don't know if they watch the ones like this, but I'm going to have to get her to watch, because that is nuts. So we've got the Mum in Spirit's birthday, which, let's face it, I'm remembering that because it was just the other day, but I might always remember it now because it's, you know, so, you know, there's things that can anchor it to remind me. But now we've got explore your relationship with your mother. That came up in the session. Like, I'm gobsmacked. Look how many cards, that came up. this person's mum is coming through really, really strong. So there we go. But also for everyone, because this isn't just a reading for that person, it's just the mum's come through really strong. But remember, it is Mediumship Monday. I'm filming this, and I did say it'll be interesting if she comes through really strong on Monday, and it turns out she's coming through already in this. But I'm filming this for Tuesday. Hilarious. Explore your relationship with your mother. So it's just confirming that because I was doing that in that last session, that's going to be what a lot of people are guided to do in the session. So it's healing the mother line. I must stress, if you're like, oh well, I haven't had issues with my mum or my dad or the generations, it's always wise to heal your mother and father line, your ancestral line, right? Because it heals things in you and it heals things for generations to come. And you can make peace with the past too. So I'm very passionate about that. What else have we got? But this is specifically the divine masculines, male and female, and the feminine side as well. Remember, this is the feminine side of the masculine. Explore your relationship with your mother. So that's interesting. We've got the father card here. We've got the mother card here. This is the masculine side. This is the feminine side. Right? Wow. Now we've got discover your divine feminine. Woo. So again, because this is about taking action, also the 29th September could be a significant date for taking action with something. Maybe this is like the 29th September could be a day where somebody's guided to share their feelings with a feminine that they trust, or that they've opened their third eye, because she's got a prominent third eye there. It's like somebody, a masculine, has opened their third eye to the truth. So around the 29th, or this could be sharing their feelings with their divine feminine. So there's loads of things here, but what this says is the masculine, whether you're male or female, you're very in your feels, because we've got like exploring your relationship with your mother, and then we've also got discover your divine feminine. This is feelings, 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 and open your heart to sacred love. So it's very kind of Libra energy, love, peace, and harmony. I'm just going to end this with with a couple of cards for. Actually, let's get a wee message from your divine feminine. Will you be my Valentine? So obviously that's going to be specific, that if you've got, for actual Valentine's being a signifier, it could be that this person's going to pop up around then. It could be that you're going to be together by then. They're pulling me a thing over there that says I love you on it. It's a Toblerone thing over there. So, but also what's springing out to me actually is that's when Saturn moves back into Aries. So Saturn's in Pisces. It's not retrograde then, but Saturn's in Pisces right up until that day, and it will be in Aries around then. So I think it's definitely, again, but for some people things are happening way before that, but just take it as it resonates. But basically this person's in the fields. That actually backs up what this person's in the fields. Like they're hoping you'll be their Valentine forever kind of thing. People are so jealous around us. We have to protect the sacred union, have each other's back. Very, very significant, because this will be going out. Like I said, Mars is now in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio is very spicy. It's very sexual. It's very alchemizing. But you know, be careful with your words, right? Because I'm aware of that. I've got Mars in Scorpio, but I'm more reminded of Mercury in Scorpio, like, because Mercury is communication. But basically, Mars is action. So it could be like, basically use your empowerment in the right way, because it's like, Scorpio's a stinger. So if you don't basically do the shadow work, you don't want to be in that energy of the shadow. You don't want to be in the shadow of anything when it's Scorpio, because it's brutal, you know what I mean? So like basically do the shadow work. We're birthing the new earth. It's not easy, but we knew we could handle it. You're in your dark night of the soul, and you'll come out from this and help many people. Wow, that's actually, do you know what? That is actually the message I gave on that pick-up pile yesterday. It was really similar to that, because it's what I say all the time, because it's what happened to me. It's what happened to a lot. It's what happens to a lot of people. You're in that dark place, and when you finally get out of it, however long down the line, you want to help people. But you've got to make sure you're in the right space for you. Right, give us some advice for the masculines and the feminine side. Time for yourself. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Take time for yourself first. You don't kind of go for a dark night, so you're in this brutal place of still, limping about with a gaping wound and try to help other people. You need to heal yourself, right? A good healer heals himself, and then you can give to others. And it's just very much like I said, a time to give rather than take. But sometimes that card I showed there, sometimes I take it to mean the other way. And I feel in this case, enjoy relaxations that nurture your soul. This is the masculine group that you've been given to yourself after giving to the wrong people, dispelling your energy in the wrong sort of way. Right, masculine advice on the masculine side. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below if you like these ones. And like I said, for the next for the next week anyway, it'll be like one on the Friday, one on the Tuesday, and then I might just do them like this, especially if I run out of time to do face-to-face ones. So there, you've come up through the darkness, you know what I mean, you've come up through the mud and you're shining, or you're going to be chakra clear and lotus. By clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom. That is exactly like what I was seeing here. So again, I also feel like grandmother, like this is going to connect with somebody's grandmother. And again, I don't say grandma, I say nana, or, you know, grandma for mine. But sometimes it comes out gran, and I never called anyone gran, so I wanted to say gran. Somebody's gran or grandmother is helping you to see the truth, like by, you know, clearing your chakras so you can see the truth, because that's what there's a lot I'm getting from that card. And if it was a personal session, I would go even deeper, but I've got to stop this somewhere because I wanted it to be around 20 minutes and we're already over. Get a wee word. So hope I trust that this will find whoever it's meant to find. Happy Libra season. Hope you had a lovely new moon in Virgo and the equinox and all that jazz. Efficiency. So you're seeing to things efficiently and whatever. Play. But remember, you play, so balance, work, rest and play. Have compassion for yourself if you are healing in this time for yourself. Have gratitude for where you're at. And grace. Give yourself grace. Yes, that reminds me of that. And be honest with yourself about where you're at. Like, and we've also got contentment and purpose. So however all that fits together, I feel like, you know, that actually fits with what I said too. Whatever you're going through now, you'll not be in it forever, and it will lead you to a happy place and following your purpose, exactly like it did for me. And that is why I'm a teacher of this, because I went through this I went through my own dark night, so such a long time ago now, and I've been helping people ever since. So basically, if you want support, if you're in that place, then please book a session. And even if you feel your person's in this place too, you getting the healing will help them. So anyway, see you later.